Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Good morning. I'm Steve.
And I'm Scott.
And together we're Backyard Musings, broadcasting live, Apple Valley, People's Republic of California.
And we are talking about an interesting little sea creature today.
Little is the key. It's really tiny.
Yeah.
It looks like an alien from a science fiction horror show is what it looks like. But this is real. Facetotectans, a.k.a. Y-larvae. We'll call it Y-larvae from now on. Okay. Facetotectans. Have been a mystery since their discovery in the 1800s. Scientists are unsure of what they grow up to become, but we now know where these crustaceans fit in the tree of life. This image shows a cypris larvae, or y-cyprid. Y-larvae, mysterious crustaceans related to barnacles, may be parasitic and are key to understanding the barnacle evolution. Would you like to know more?
Okay. Do you know any of these kind of things?
No. It's been a mystery.
When we get into the description, you know some people like this.
Okay.
Okay. When most people think of barnacles, they imagine shell-like organisms clinging to boats, docks, or even whales.
Yeah.
Yet some barnacles go far beyond passive attachment. They can actually invade and take over their hosts.
Oh.
I've never heard of that. Hosts. That's an interesting description, right? Quote, instead of gluing themselves to a rock or something, they glue themselves to a host, often a crab, and they inject themselves into that host and live their entire life as a root network growing through their host.
Whoa.
So kind of a leech.
Yeah.
Kind of a leech.
Kind of a mix between the Alien franchise and the Stargate franchise, the Goa'uld.
Okay. Not familiar with either one of those, but I do know what a leech is.
Okay.
So it's almost like a fungal network or plant root system. They have no real body in the way that we think of animal bodies, explains James, is that Bernot or Bernat?
Bernot, yeah.
An assistant professor in the Department of Ecology and Evolutionary Biology at the University of Connecticut, UConn.
Okay, so we're going to advance the slide here. So this shows.
It almost looks like a little crab. I mean, those brine shrimp.
So, yeah, shrimp. Looks like a little shrimpy shrimp. Yeah. Bernot and an international team of collaborators, including lead author Nicholas Dreyer from the National History Museum of Denmark and Biodiversity Research Center Academia Sinica in Taiwan, Jürgen Olesen from the National History Museum of Denmark, Gregory Kolbasov from Moscow University, Jens Hegg from the University of Copenhagen. This is a diverse, eclectic team, right?
A lot of different folks here.
And Ryuji Machida and Benny Chan from the Biodiversity Research Academia Sinica recently published a study in Current Biology on July 21st, 2025, on a puzzling group of crustaceans that may help resolve one of marine biology's enduring mysteries.
Thank you for reading that segment, by the way. Barnacles are crustaceans like crabs and shrimp and have evolved unusual survival strategies. After a free-swimming larval phase, they spend the rest of their lives permanently attached to a chosen surface. One especially mysterious group known as Y-larvae, or how do you pronounce that? Facetotecta. Looks like juvenile barnacles. They have been documented in plankton samples since the 1800s.
Plankton's tiny.
Yeah. But no one has ever identified their adult stage. Bernot notes that this unresolved question remains central, though the team's new research brings science closer to an answer.
It's probably they haven't seen it as an adult because it burrows in, right? It makes itself integral to the host.
Yeah. I mean, and the barnacles that I'm thinking of, there's like hard shell. They look like a little miniature volcano attached to the side of, like I said, a boat or a dock or...
What's that called where, like, as a punishment, they take the sailor and then they put a rope around him. The rope was over here, and they drag him across the barnacle bottom ship and come out as a punishment. What's that called?
Man, you watch some weird shows.
No, that's not. That's real. That's what happened. Fact? Yeah, it's
so
punishment.
That was somebody that was a pirate that went rogue on a pirate ship?
No, this was weird. Like, this is British Navy. Navy.
Oh, they punished the pirate.
Instead of or punish the sailor that made an offense, you know?
Oh, wow.
God, I can't remember what that's called. Yeah.
That's like dragging somebody across a desert floor or something, right? Through cactus and...
Yeah.
Wow.
Walking on glass or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys remember the name, it escapes me right now.
Man, that's
maybe I'll think of it later.
Because they're hard. Those little things are like hard. Yeah. They're like shit.
Not to mention the
calcium type
2
stuff.
minutes you got to hold your breath while they're, pulling you through from the other side. To investigate where Y-larvae belong on the crustacean family tree, the researchers gathered more than 3,000 specimens and examined their genes by sequencing the transcriptome, the set of expressed RNA molecules that reflects which genes are active. Though not closely related to parasitic barnacles, these crustaceans are also likely parasitic because they have some structures in common with their parasitic cousins, says Bernot, including antennae with claws that may be used to hook onto their host.
Okay. Although these crustaceans are unusual and largely unknown, with only 17 species described so far, and I think we know a few of those species, Bernot says some of his co-authors found more than 100 new and different species from a single harbor in Japan.
Wow.
There is more to learn about these enigmatic animals.
Yeah. Although they are only distantly related to parasitic barnacles, the evidence suggests Y-larvae are also parasitic. They share certain traits with parasitic barnacles, including clawed antennae that may help them attach onto a host, despite being poorly understood. With only 17 described species, Y-larvae may be far more diverse than previously thought. Bernot points out that some of his colleagues identify more than 100 distinct species from just a single harbor in Japan, suggesting much remains to be discovered about these unusual animals.
Different species of barnacles use different strategies when they become sessile adults.
I don't even know what that means. That's a new word.
I looked that up. It means to
Sessile.
become dependent on or something like that.
Oh.
Right. So, besides living on inanimate objects, those that live on animals like whales are not considered parasitic because they are essentially hitching a ride and do not feed on their hosts. Others attach to the host and have structures that they use to feed on the host. Understanding the evolution of these different strategies is important, and Bernot says that a project they are currently working on involves building the evolutionary tree of all barnacles to observe and understand some of the evolutionary patterns. So,
yeah.
Okay, the study of the barnacle.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That is crazy. I thought it was interesting when I first saw it.
But I mean, I guess you got to be mindful of who you hitch onto, right? You hitch onto a
Great white.
Well, if you hitch onto a dock, that's of course maybe the ones that root in, right?
So they've got to have a sense for what they're rooting onto, with either smell or sight or.
Yeah. So the
sound.
barnacles that hitch onto a dock or a boat, I mean, there's nothing that they can feed on, but they could if they attach to a whale or a. I guess I don't know. Do they attach to sea lions and that kind of stuff?
Plankton. That's
Plankton.
tiny.
Yeah. So interesting.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. We'll catch you in the afternoon.
Take care, everyone. Thanks. Sounds like that.